Today we have a great coach and a former wrestler, Ranjit Singh. He runs and he's the head coach for Wolverhampton Wrestling Club. He's been a coach, and correct me if I'm wrong, for over 20 years. Years that saw a lot of champions, great British champions come through this wrestling club from a small city called Wolverhampton. We've had over 20 great British champions come through. We've had a world silver junior medalist, a junior European champion, 2 Olympians. Anything else you want to add to that? Anyone else that's came through?
Commonwealth medalist.
Commonwealth medalist.
Twice.
It goes on. And I want to take down competition too, so we can add that to the list, right, Ranj?
Yeah, definitely. We can add that.
No, that's great. So, Ranjit, so let's start with this really. I want to start to talk about Wolverhampton Wrestling Club, because not a lot of people know the real history of the club, and I don't know that much, but I know it's been running for a long time, and you lot have been doing great things in the community. When was the Wolverhampton Wrestling Club established?
Okay. When my father and his 2 brothers, my uncles, when they came over from India in early 60s.
Early 60s.
Yeah, they used to be wrestlers back home.
Okay.
So when they came over here looking for work, etc., they carried on the tradition of wrestling. At that time, obviously, it was quite difficult to find premises, etc.
Yeah.
So they started off in their house in the living room.
Oh, just like a normal living room. Okay.
That's how they started, yeah. Until they found premises, and then the club started growing again. And when we were younger, they just sort of brought us along with them, and then that's how we started.
Wow, incredible. So how much people was in the living room wrestling at the same time?
You could quite easily get 20 odd guys in there.
20? That's a big living room there, right?
Well, it was just a case of having to make do with what you got. So that's taking turns and training hard. They'd find anywhere to train.
That's interesting. Yeah. So was a lot of the people that were training with your dad? It was your dad, right? That you said, yeah. Was there a lot of people there from India as well? Was it people from the UK?
At that time, there was a lot of influx of people coming over from India. So yeah, a lot of the guys were sort of like newly over, or they'd only been here maybe a year or 2, etc.
Okay.
So yeah, most of the guys they knew from back home, and that's how they stayed together and carried on training together.
Because it's a big sport over in India, right?
It's massive.
It's huge.
Yeah, huge. It's one of their national sports.
Interesting.
If you're a wrestler in India, a good wrestler, you're sort of like a celebrity over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and was your dad a pretty good wrestler?
He's a decent wrestler, and they used to train hard.
Okay.
Yeah, so we won a lot of the local regional competitions.
Nice.
Yeah, same as my uncles as well. So had a big family sort of tradition in wrestling.
Okay, so how old was your dad when he came over here?
That's a good question.
You need to ask him.
I need to ask him, yeah.
Also, when he came over, he did get into tournaments and he was competing then.
Yeah, he still was competing. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So I guess growing up then, at the time, I guess you were seeing these grown-ups wrestling in your living room then? Is that how it kind of was?
They started off there, and then obviously when we actually took up wrestling as kids, they took it to a community centre.
Okay.
In a little town called Wilnall.
Wilnall,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah. And it was just basically it was a classroom. Again, it was packed with guys.
Wow, that's incredible.
With an old sort of like a canvas kind of mat in there, and that was it.
It just went
from there, and then we moved on from there to bigger premises as the club expanded.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so did you start taking part when it was in the classroom in Willenhall? Is that when you started?
That's when I started. Yeah.
Oh, how old was you when you started?
I think I was pretty late for in wrestling terms. I was 12.
Okay, interesting. So did you not have the inkling to try it before that? No.
We used to still train.
Yeah.
But that was when I sort of like got brought into wrestling at a serious level.
Okay, got you. Yeah. Okay.
My brothers were like a little bit younger than me, so we all really kicked off when we went to the first competition.
Which we will get to, right? That's okay. How old's your brother then? You mentioned your brother.
How old?
Yeah. How old was he when he started wrestling?
He was 8.
Okay,
so he started kind of like a good age.
Okay, got you. Okay.